channel. Welcome to Intuitive Witch. I am nydursckha, and I'm not your tarot reader for this video, but the next one I will be. This is just gonna be a little story time. I just felt like I needed to share a certain experience. I've been saying that I would share it, and I haven't yet, but I just wanted to share it, and I've been gone for a little bit, and I will tell you later, like in the video, where I've been and what I've been doing a little bit. I just felt like this story, I felt like I really needed to share it, especially what's going on right now, in the world in general. So little thing, if you hear noise, that's my kitten. She's 3 months old and she's like very talkative, and very clingy, so you would hear her every now and then just randomly. I might have to pick her up and show her, so it's okay. But yeah, just giving you a heads up, she's fine. Or she starts me out, it's because she's playing with my other cat. It's fine. But yeah, just giving you guys a heads up. So this video, first before I get started, I want to say thank you to all my subscribers. Oh my god, I am at 154. I am so flipping excited. I am so grateful. Like one day I was at 120 something, like 120, 121. And literally it was when I went to sleep. And when I woke up, I had 150 subscribers. I was like, what? So thank you guys so much for supporting me. It means the world to me. I love seeing that you guys are commenting now on my videos. Thank you so much for your support. So yeah, I hope you guys continue to watch. I hope you guys continue to grow and learn from my channel. So yeah, I just want to say thank you so much to you guys. I am very grateful for all of you, and thank you for your support. So yeah, that being said, so this video is gonna be a little bit of a story time, of where I'm at right now, basically. It's gonna be mostly just one main topic, and I'll put everything else in little videos and stuff, but this one is gonna be how I quit my full-time job. I quit my full-time job back in April. Last month. Last month I quit my job. My full-time job, it was in a big corporate company. I was making bank. I mean, not crazy amount, but a good enough money. I was paid very well. But yeah, so some of you may or may not know, I used to be in culinary. I used to be a chef. And I was in culinary for 9 years. 9 years. I'm only 28. So that tells you, I got in the culinary field when I turned 18. I didn't know much other than culinary. I worked at some theme parks, but mostly of them were still cooking. One of them was a cashier. And other than that, that was about it. So all of my life, I've always worked in the kitchen. Hustle and bustle kind of thing. I'm very grateful for all of my experiences. I'm grateful for everything I've learned, the person I became. So yeah, so I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. If you guys can relate, please let me know. You guys, this is going to be a safe environment where we can talk about our jobs. I am not going to name the job that I was in. Just because I am going to mention some things about my experiences, so I don't want to like put them under the bus or whatever. I'm not about to do that. But yeah, so working in culinary, I had about 5 different cooking jobs in the 9 years, and the last one was with a big corporate company, and I learned so much. Like, I learned so much. Culinary is not an easy field, especially for a woman. and especially for a young woman too. I struggled a lot with having to man up, be more masculine, cutthroat. So I would like curse you out and have no problem. I didn't care. Like I was just the definition of a toxic savage. That was me in the kitchen. Like, yeah. But but yeah, so let me just start with that. It's really cutthroat. It's very toxic. Culinary is very, very toxic. There is some good workplaces out there that are phenomenal, of course, but all of my experiences personally in culinary have been very, very toxic. Knowing what I know now, I know it's for a reason. With the universe, I already know it's for a reason. And so yeah, so with this corporate job, how with COVID and everything, and I know a lot of people are hearing like, oh, like a lot of people are not going back to work because they have their own business now, or they're not comfortable going back to work, or people are just done with the toxic environment of working long hours and not being appreciated and being overworked and mentally breaking down. They kept being pushed. That was me. That was literally me. So I was furloughed when the pandemic happened. I was in the process of opening up a hotel, and we got furloughed. Like literally like 2 days before we opened the hotel. And so when I came back, it was last September. And that's when, in the pandemic, that's when my spiritual journey, my spiritual awakening really started to kick in. I was already in it before, but it really started to kick in with like a lot of people around the world. The pandemic really started to kick in my spiritual awakening. And so when I came back to work, when I called back to work in last September, I knew this was my end. I something in me, I was like, this is my last culinary job. I already know it. Like something in me is telling me this is the last one. Like this is my last experience in culinary. This is going to be my last location. I already know it. I don't know how long I'll be here, but I know it's not going to be for long. I just know it. And so things were good in the beginning, because we would like work 4 days and have 3 days off. I was like, oh, that's perfect. That's amazing. So it was very nice, smooth, everything. And then I think it was the holidays. We kind of picked up a little bit. Nothing crazy. A little bit disappointed. A lot of us, how slow we were. And literally, I'm telling you, I don't know what happened. I think it was literally right when they mentioned the vaccine was out, people started going out. And we started getting busy. Like February, we were off for 5 days. We only worked 2 days. 2 days if we were lucky. And so like that's how slow we were in February. And like the first 2 weeks of February. Like people were like, oh my God, like we don't have hours, all that stuff. And then out of nowhere, we started getting hit, like getting a lot of people in. And then by the end of February, we were doing business like nothing, like normal. And then in March, we started getting even more busy because of spring break, to the point that I was working six days and 14 hours. Before old me, before spiritual awakening, I would have been like, all right, let's do it, and would continue the toxic behavior, being like overworked, being mentally broken down, just kept putting my job first. But something about it in March, I was like, no. I'm like, I can't keep putting my job first, because I don't care what no one says. This job, no job, gives a fuck about you. I'm telling you that right now. No job gives a fuck about you. Like, you are a number. Literally, you are a number. Your employee number is your number in the company. No matter how good your managers treat you, how good anyone treats you, you are a number. You are replaceable in that job. And that's all I told myself. I'm like, if I were to die right now, like pass out on the line in the middle of a rush, and I'm over here because I'm exhausted, they'd be like, oh my God, boo-hoo, for 2 days, and then move on with their lives. Why would I care to keep pushing myself, my body's literally breaking down. Why would I keep pushing myself? And so throughout the month of March, we just kept getting busier and busier and busier, to the point that we did not have enough people. They were supposedly calling people back. Supposedly. Though, like, they started mentioning, oh, in the ending of February, they're like, oh, we're calling people back. 1 week went by. No one came back. And every time we would have a meeting, oh yeah, we're still calling people back. Where are they? Second weekend, we're still calling people in. We're opening up positions. I haven't received an email about positions opened. Yet I'm over here working, keep pushing products, while I'm literally basically dragging my body at night to my car and sitting in my car for 10 minutes to take a breather. And I work 14 hours a day, and I only get a 30-minute break? Excuse me? No, we're not doing that. So I just kept pushing to the point that I think it was the second week of March, I felt it. I was like, I'm literally about to have a breakdown of how much I'm being pushed, how exhausted I am, how tired I am, and at that point, I wasn't focusing on myself. I wasn't focusing on my business, the one that I run here, doing tarot readings. I wasn't uploading videos at all. I wasn't doing anything but literally working and crying when I get home because I'm so exhausted. And then literally, like, I was so upset that I did not have time to do videos. I was so upset, and that broke me even more, that I couldn't do my videos. I couldn't do my pick of cards. That upset me so much. And I was like, no, I have to get out. I have to get out. And I'm like, but I also feel like I have a breakdown coming soon. And the week after, it was a rough weekend. And I cried that whole weekend. Before going to work, after work, on my break, I would cry because I was so exhausted. I was so mentally drained. Like, I was suffering, and I was I had depression. My depression started seeking back in. And I haven't been depressed in like the depression that was coming, in 10 years. I was depressed in my teenage years, and I've been pretty good in my adult years. I get depressed, but for a day or two, those random little hits, or when something really bad happens. But I felt that depression, that serious depression coming back. And literally after that really extremely rough weekend, because we were basically doing 3 restaurants job in one restaurant. We were running our own restaurant. We were running the second part of the restaurant that we were in, because we were room service, and we had an actual restaurant that we were running off in the same kitchen. And we were doing banquet functions, which are events that they were serving food. And those banquet functions, they had 100 people. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but when there's only 1, 2, 3 people doing it, and their menu is very, very long because they have like 10 orders and they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner from the function. That is a lot. That is a lot of work. Like, no, like, oh my God. Think about it now. That is a lot of work. Think about 10 dishes each period for 100 people, and there's only 1 to 2 people working. It's a lot. And after that weekend, I was gonna be off Tuesday. I wake up Monday. I had to go in at 9 in the morning. I got up at 7, went back to sleep. I woke up at 8:30. And it takes me an hour to get to work. I left my house at 9 o'clock when I was supposed to clock in. Did not care. At that point, I was clocking in at work 30 minutes late. Did not even care. I was like, please say something because I will walk out right now. And when I finally got to my job, I parked my car. And all I said is that I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this. And I started crying. And that crying turned to a full-blown panic attack in my car, in the parking garage of my job. Like, I was done. Like, I was done. My body gave up on me. It took me like a good 30 minutes to get out of my car. When I went on my car, I just felt my body just wanted to like just fall on the floor. Just literally just fall on the floor and not care. I get to the locker room to go change into my uniform. And I sat down. My body did not want to get up. I tried to force my body to get up. And my body was like, no. The only time we're getting up is if we're going home. I'm not getting up. Like, it's just, my body did not want to get up. And I called my chef at the time, and I just called him in tears. I was like, I can't do this today. I'm not coming. I can't do this. And I just hanged up. And then after I hanged up, it took me, I think, 10-15 minutes to get back up and walk to my car. I had no energy in me. I don't even know how I got to my car. Because my body was literally just out, done. And I know that when I got home, I got home around 11 in the morning. I slept until 6 p.m., ordered food from like the delivery services. It took me 10 minutes to get out of my bed, to just go to my door. And it's probably like 10 steps, 15 steps from my bedroom to my door. And I grabbed the food and I walked back in my room. I ate it in my bed. I went back to sleep. And I didn't wake up until noon the next morning. And this was like, me eating was probably like 15-20 minutes. And I went back to sleep. So it was probably like 7:30 again. 7:30, I think, until I finished. And I went back to sleep until the next day, until noon. And then that day I woke up, I made myself breakfast. I felt a little better, not a lot, but enough to like get up. And I made myself breakfast. I relaxed, I watched TV, and I went back to sleep. And I slept for another like 8 hours. And I woke up Wednesday and I was supposed to work. And I called them in the morning. I was like, I'm not coming back to work. I'm not coming into work today either. And they're like, okay. Because Wednesday I felt better, a lot better, but not enough mentally to go back to work. And so in those 3 days off, trigger warning. I'm just gonna give you as suicide is about to be brought up. So Tuesday, if I get teary-eyed, I'm sorry. I'll just pause the video if I get a little too emotional. So that Tuesday, I was cooking, and I was just thinking about everything. I'm like, I'm so tired. I'm so done. I'm so done. I'm so done. I can't do this no more. I'm being too overworked. And no one cares. And in the split second, I thought about going back to my old ways and self-harming. And when I thought about that, I'm telling you, like, it was literally like a second. It was a second, like a quick, I should hurt myself. I quickly grabbed that part back. And I was like, no, we're not. No, we are not slipping back to that. We are not slipping back to that. God, no, I refuse to go back that way. And that is when I was like, no. I'm not slipping back to that old way. Either I'm just literally gonna quit without a second job lined up, or I'm just gonna quit and like that's it. Like I'm done. If this job that doesn't care about me, this job is not worth me harming myself. This job is not worth it. And so the amazing thing is that Monday that I called off, I got an email to an interview. Tuesday. No, sorry, yeah. So literally like a couple hours after I thought about self-harming myself, I was like, either I'm gonna quit and have at least like a part-time job, or I'm gonna quit and have nothing lined up. I'm like, but I'm done. I'm like literally like I'm quitting regardless, like a job lined up or not. I'm not doing this no more, because now that it's affecting that much my mental health that I'm thinking about self-harming, I'm not doing it. And so literally like right after I ate food at that Tuesday, I got an email saying that I applied to be a barista part-time, and they're like, hey, we would like to interview you to be a barista. And I was like, okay, cool. And so I took that as a sign. It's time for, like, the universe has my back. The universe had my back. And literally, like, it was like an hour or two after I had that thought pop in my head, I saw the email saying that that they wanted to interview me. And so I took that as a sign, and so they interviewed me Wednesday. And she's like, okay, well, we'll email you later in the week to tell you if you were hired or not after the interview. And the interview was very great. She didn't even ask me questions. She just asked me about myself, and she's like, I love your energy. I love you. So I'm like, I'm good. So yeah. So I waited. I was like, okay, well, it means I have to wait a couple days before I hear back. And literally that night, I got the email from the manager saying that, hey, she talked about you so much and so positively, and we would like to offer you a position. And so it was a lot less pay than what, like, cutting my salary in half, basically, and I'll be part-time. So yeah, so I took that as my sign to let go of my job. So when I went back to work that Thursday, I pulled my chef to the office because literally no one knew. Like, I just randomly just called off. Didn't have an explanation. I didn't explain to nobody anything. one of my friends there, she called me, she checked up on me, but she didn't tell nobody. She's like, because she told them like it's not my business to put out her business out like that. So you guys, if you care about her, you have to contact her, which I love her for that. And so when I came back, people were like, oh, are you okay? Like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm better off. I'm better now. I'm like, but I'm not okay. And so I went to my chef and I talked to him in private, and I was like, hey, you know, we're all being overworked and we're literally all just breaking down, and this is my 2 weeks notice. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm done. I can't. I'm like, I'm losing the passion that I had for culinary, and now I just want to focus on me. I want to focus on myself, and I want to focus on my business, and I also got a part-time job too, so I literally just, I'm done. And so the last 2 weeks there were not the greatest. We were still busy, and as much people there were like, oh my God, I'm so excited for you, I got jealousy. I felt the jealousy. I felt hate. Even one of my chefs, he said on my last day, he was like, oh, she's a quitter. And I didn't take no offense to it. I didn't get hurt. I don't really care. I'm gonna choose me. However, the whole concept hurt, like, that you have to stick to a toxic job, that you have to get paid crap and take a whole bunch of shit and get piles, like do like 4 different positions and still get paid what, $20-$30 an hour, and you're doing 4 positions. And because I chose myself, because I chose my own happiness, because I chose freedom, because I chose to be free, I chose to be happy. You want to see that as a quitter, baby, you need to check on yourself. You need to heal yourself before you call me a quitter, baby, because I am a champion. Because I have the balls to get out of that toxic ass environment. I am a boss ass bitch for that. Look into yourself if you want to call me a quitter. Do not project your own jealousies onto me. Like, that was like, I looked at him and he was like, oh, I'm just joking. And I'm just like, the fuck you not. Excuse my language. The fuck you are not joking. You are salty, jealous, because I have the balls to set myself free. And that is the problem in this world right now. People get jealous. People get mad at others for choosing themselves. And that is what's wrong with this world. You want me to stay at a job making $20 an hour, doing 4 positions, what, a 10-person job for $20 an hour? No, boo-boo. No, you got me all sorts of messed up. No. And so I'll do another story time because I'm already going to 30 minutes. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it here. Me quitting that toxic ass job has been the best fucking and damn decision of my life. It has been the best decision of my life. As scared as I was, terrified as I was for my finances, Still am, not gonna lie, not scary, but enough. The best decision of my life. I don't even know how much I can explain that it is the best decision of my life I have ever made. Ever, 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 ever. Is to let go of that fucking job. Because I am so happy. Like, that happiness that I feel is undescribable. The things that I have experienced in the last month alone, going on 2, unbelievable. Am I making less money? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Am I just making money enough to pay my bills? Hell yeah. And that's it? Hell yeah. But I am happy. And that's all that matters to me. That's all I've ever manifested. Is that all I want to do is be happy and free. And here I am. So this is your sign. If you are in a toxic job, leave. Just leave. Literally, just leave. It's not worth it. So yeah, that is all for the story time. I'll do a little bit more later on. I'm just gonna go do a tarot reading right now. So if you see me in the same clothes, you know why. So thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions, if you want to share your experience down below, please do. This is a safe place. So yes, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.